Hey gang, good evening. That is working good, so we can close that. Good evening everybody, how you doing? I've got 2 drinks on the go because it's so warm. Let us put a go live message and pretend that we are a proper streamer. Hope everybody is doing good. City building. And touch that picture of me looking sleepy. Sorted. Well, we can switch scenes and we'll go over here where we can see our little ferry going around. Hopefully somebody will tell me if my music is the right volume or anything, because I can't hear it. But yeah, a little ferry going around. Got 14 people on board. Have we got any issues other than these things in the city? Not really. Ooh, fire. Oh dear. It's very toasty. I think we need to do something dramatic today, gang. I think we need to trash this. We have an issue in the fact that this traffic just comes constantly here. And this just needs to get pulled further away from this roundabout. Because this is just ugly in itself. And we built this other one over here last time out. But we need to figure out how to get the train line from here over to there. Which may involve coming through here and then along this or something. Maybe jump over the highway and then up into here or something. But I think this just needs to get trashed. And it could potentially get put back in further away if it needs to be. Because obviously all that traffic's then going to come to here. But that is a much better, easier thing to deal with than this, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that, turn that off, get everybody going to the other one. And while we're bothered about that, we are gonna try and get this train line through here. And the issue is this is a subway yard, not a train yard. I don't think trains can potentially come through here because this is subway lines. I doubt very much that they can go on the same lines. Yeah, they don't want to connect to each other. So I think we just need to do something drastic. How are we going to get this across? Do we want to come through here and try and come over the... Can we come over the highway here? At the bottom of this hill? Whatever we do is going to have to go over that highway. I don't really like the idea of it coming up and sweeping back is the issue, but it might be what we're limited to do. So, if it did come through here, I kind of wanted that parallel to that road at the very least. Like that. And then somehow we need to get it to there. Which then comes to there. This feels very messy. Or we have to come this way. Which in the grand scheme of things feels slightly neater. Like that feels much neater than going up to then go around. And it still does mean we could move this in here if we felt like it, for whatever reason. So if this came across here, kind of looks okay. I think this needs to get pulled back to about here. And really it's trying to get it to come out at thingy bobber. Those two is what I want. Can I get it to go to the 90? And then just turn them all back on again. Why am I on roads now? Weird. Just clicking on anything randomly. this would make more sense. It's obviously not terribly realistic in the fact that the train line would have been built first. Most probably. I think it might be more fun rather than coming across here. If thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. If we had the train line on ground level there, but then coming straight across here. Good, I'm glad you're doing well. And did something like that. Obviously, the heights are crazy. And is it straight? It looks straight, but a bit weird. But that going through the industrial area is a little bit more realistic, I think, than it wibbly wobbling all over the place. And then this comes in here. Let's try and get this to snap a bit sooner, like that. Here we go. Is that dipping down? It is a little bit. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage. Just checking we've got all the nodes. Control and H to another point somewhere there. So let's pull that up a little bit. Put trees on the track, but that's fine. We just have to redraw this a little bit because it's a right angle with that, which is fine. And then if we come onto there and then kind of like find the nearest, yeah, so that's flat there, which is perfect. And we kind of hope that really there might be a little sneaky way to come into here without it being too slopey. Probably though need to do that without anarchy. Let's come from this side. Annoying. here. There's another node in here somewhere. And really this bit could get changed. So we just link in the better way. Up to there. And we just... I need anarchy on because I'm outside of the... that, make sure I click onto the right thing. Does it need to be anarchied? Can I do it without anarchy? We'll just reduce those. And hopefully we could also just get rid of the key walls, the elevated bits where we don't need them. Thank you. It's obviously way too big, but we will sort it. Have we hooked it up over here? We have. Yeah, so I feel obviously it used to come here, and now we are just skipping through this little area to get up into here. And then we'll add in the t'other one. And we will try and don't know if that's actually going to do anything nice. It's just adding a bit more craziness to this node. And then I wonder if we can just grab those and just drag them to there. And hopefully they figure that out. And then that way this is kind of just turned off. And we can just scrap all that. And what I will do is we will redraw some of this stuff to take take this into account. Confused as to why they're building in. And then we do the same over here. So we just parallel that. Music getting a bit crackly. Just give me a second. I hope the music's playing fine. We will never know otherwise, will we? But we just trash that stuff there, and then we just demolish these folks. Bit neater on the ends. Just delete some of these people out. But then it is a case of just clearing some of these trees. Because what we've done is obviously all the traffic is now coming into here, but that's much nicer than it coming into here and affecting with that. Because we can figure something out here. Maybe we have to move the sewage treatment plant and stuff. But we can figure that out. And we've got trees that were... I thought we had some along here. But they seem to have disappeared. Which is good. I think we will just trying to see if people are actually still coming here. Yeah, I'm just going to trash that completely. I was going to delete this, but maybe we should just keep it as like a little thing. keep it as a random historical artifact. So we got a lot of people wanting to turn right into here. And the most obvious thing is to give them 2 turning lanes, or we do something more interesting, like some kind of tiny trumpet interchange or something in here, or just to keep it flowing, which again just involves rejigging these bits and pieces around. I'm gonna try and do this without moving this. But we are gonna have to pause because we're gonna have to delete out those bits. This might actually have to move. Yeah, I don't think I can keep it where it is. So we're going to pop it there for a minute because we need to pull this away from here. And I think we need to come to about here-ish maybe. So we're going to build this kind of thing, I think, where that doesn't connect to that. So what we need probably is just to do with this with highways. And then we elevate that. So we can kind of come under here. And let's say we come back with our highways again. We're just going to get them low down. It's like this, isn't it? Like that. And then this curves around and up. That's what we're doing. Then this just needs to come out a little bit more. Maybe we need to just come straight across. Flip it around. Come into there and like that. And we can then flip that around. It's almost like this is going to become its own little trumpet thing potentially, which is quite funny. But yeah, so this kind of comes out.
And maybe I shouldn't say this because I know it's a terrible cliche, but it's true. I find it easier using my hands, but you may use whatever implements you prefer.
Hi Twin, thank you for claiming your daily sausage roll. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're good. That's annoying. I was catching up line for a bit, going good. I'm very well, thank you, my love. I'm doing well, a bit warm at the minute. Weather can't make its mind up, but I'm doing good, thank you. Ships in the night we are. Something's flashing at me. It was nice and cool for a bit and it's gone hot again today. It's just horrible. Get rid of some of those trees. I might need to try and turn that into some kind of super node. Thinking about it. So we just redraw that. Put that road in where it's let's get it to do that for the minute. Then we will there's your electric blanket on. Yeah. I love that for you though. Should be nice being all snuggly. I love it when it's cold because you can control how hot you want to be. When it's hot, it's just hot. Let's try and connect into here like that. Which Obviously this is ugly, but hopefully if we delete that, we still have this super node that just puts one big traffic light in rather than two. Is there any way to delete a very small segment of road? The only trick I really know is you have your road like that, and then you just put in a little node. I think there's a way you can double click on it. I'm sure there was a double click way you can do it, but if you can't double click, then it's put in a little thingy bobber in like that, isn't it? I'm sure there was a way that sort of seen somebody do it. Sure, I've seen somebody double click on a thing with a road like that, but maybe I dreamt it. But if we now re-upgrade that there, and then this needs something like that, potentially. Have we got? Okay, that's not, yeah. Yeah. And then these bitty bobs. We can actually put a little skip lane in. Let's put a little node in. And then we can upgrade all this here. And then we have somewhere to put our skip lane in. Ugh. There we go. And then we can turn off left turns on that one. Don't need traffic lights on this. They don't need to cross over there because there's nowhere to go. Just trying to sort those out a little bit. Has that gone the wrong way around now? Yeah. Should be like that. That makes more sense. They come up there. They come from up there and up there. Then what we need here is to figure out how to join into this. to then hook onto this. And I feel like we need to have a road coming in there. Quite why it's all wonky, I don't know. Oh, SimCity was good for that, at least it was. Sorry, I missed that. It was just hidden by something else. Yeah. I kind of miss SimCity. I need to play SimCity again. So we have a road that will curve into there, and then we need, it's going to be another little trumpety thing, I think. Somehow. Maybe going over the top. So we do that first. So we have a little bridge. And then it needs to come to a double. Oh, no, don't connect then, because I've not got all my snappings on. It was such an incredible game. I spent many hours in SimCity. Back in the days when you had one game to play because you couldn't afford any more, and it was just like, just play so much of it. And then this will have a thing that goes up into there. So let's shrink this back down to be a, might actually make this a highway as well, so it's easier to work with for the minute. To mess with the levels because this is going to be a little tricky. Just to get it pretty flat. And then it's we need to do that very briefly. That, and then come over here and connect in there. And then that shrinks down to that. So they can get into there, they can get back out into there. This becomes like that, and that becomes like that, because then we put in a road here. Gonna need to come under here. Putting a little break again. I need to be able to move that way like that. We demolish that there, and then we somehow need to come under here. Put the curve in here, and it comes up into there, and we remove that right hand turn. Sound of it was sewage treatment plant, water treatment plant. And so the only issue is people coming off this highway wanting to get down here. Do we care? Do we care? I'm not sure we do. But we do care about people wanting to get from here back up into here. So, is people coming up there and they come round there? They need to come here and then loop up into here. It's not the most ideal thing in the world, but there we go. So that gets reduced like that. And unfortunately, this is kind of another little clover leaf that I know Woody hates, so it's a good thing Woody's not here. And that comes down to be like 2 lanes or something now, doesn't it? Yes. Well, it's a thing. It's certainly a thing. Just break that off there. Then it's grabbing that. Oh, we've got an extra lane, okay. Interesting. Wish we could connect it to both at the same time. That would be nice. For some reason it's higher up. Drifting off to sleep, thank you. Have a lovely sleep, twin. Nice seeing you. Thank you for popping in. Have nice sleeps. We love drifting off to sleep though, it's lovely. This looks very long. Yeah, so the only thing we're missing is the turn in there, but I think that's fine. Hopefully just people will be able to join up there and get it in. And then this needs to come back to being a normal road. Let's grab this and we will put it back to where it was-ish. Flipped around, but no one will notice.
And maybe I shouldn't say this because I know it's a terrible cliche, but it's true. I find it easier using my hands, but you may use whatever implements you prefer.
Hi Gray, thank you for claiming your daily sausage roll. Please enjoy with one or both hands or whatever implement you prefer. How are you, my lovely? You love using your hands? Of course you do. Hope you're well, Gray. I know I've seen you around, but I hope you're doing well. Hope work's not treating you too badly. Very tired right now. You should be asleep, Gray. Oh, it was very busy today. Ew, not that. How rude of them. That is horrible. I'm sorry. Can I move this way like this? Give them a bit more of a slopey upwards. And do something like that on that one. And then do something over here just to pretty that up. Got some nice trees on the roads. Okay, so Dylan. Hello, cutie. Hello, twin. How you doing? You sneaky, Gray. You sneaky.
And maybe I shouldn't say this because I know it's a terrible cliche, but it's true. I find it easier using my hands, but you may use whatever implements you prefer.
You may use whatever implements you may prefer. Hi, Dylan. Thank you for claiming your daily sausage roll. Please enjoy it with one or both hands or whatever implement you may prefer. Hey, who's come in? Who's come in? Gray and Dylan and Lee and Adam. Hey, Adam.
Entertaining
Hi,
gentlemen
Lee.
callers in the whorish fashion. And now I have nuts to attend to.
I have nuts to attend to. Thank you, Lee, for claiming your daily sausage roll. Hope you're doing well, my dear. Dylan, how are you? Have you got a dog yet? How sleepy are you? Please tell me exactly what was happening. Ooh, a wasp. Have a wasp friend? Hello, wasp friend. Hello? Please go away. How's my birthday been? Yeah, it's only a British wasp, so great, it's fine. It's just gonna colonize something. How's my birthday been? What are you talking about my birthday, Dylan? Actually got a dog since I was last in chat. You got it sent by Uber. I thought you might have done. You're always like doing late night dog getting. We're just doing some city skylines, guys, but I hope you're all good. Don't like these yellow bars it puts around everybody. I've just finished building this. I've got traffic floating in midair. I'm going to press go and we'll see what happens. You can Uber dogs. Now, I don't think you should be allowed to Uber dogs, though. If that feels like inappropriate. To be fair, just saying. Why are you asking me how my birthday's been? And yeah, it's my Pink Pony Club t-shirt. British are honestly so harmless and no mosquitoes here either. I've been bitten by mosquitoes this year, so I disagree. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. It's not my birthday till February, but thank you. Thank you. You're not supposed to be doing Uis here, guys. Come on. Ooh, what's going on? Oh, it's just the weirdness of that. It's fine, Gray. Please go to bed. And same goes to anybody else who is in Australia at this point in time. Why are you not in bed? I'm looking at Dylan. I'm looking at Lee. Why are you both not asleep? Honestly? Be a streamer, fantastic. Thank you, Gray. I love y'all. Please have a lovely weekend working. I hope it gets better. Lee is fun employed, so he's fine. I hope work is nicer for you, Gray. I hope they don't give you too much stuff to do. Lee is fun employed. Yeah, but you should be getting his beauty sleep though. So we got this lovely little thing now that hopefully is just going to filter all this traffic through. Adam, you can go to bed if you want to, my dear. That's perfectly fine. It's probably a bit warm to go to bed right now. You just need as much as you can get. Exactly. You've got to get that sleep in so that the mustache follicles can get going in the sleep. Hopefully that is going to sort that, where we've got this advanced split phasing, which should be that everybody goes separately. Intersection giving you anxiety? I'm sorry, Gray. It's just a traffic light. It's just a normal traffic light. This is the one that should give you anxiety. And this is all the trucks now coming into this. This is not how it's going to look in the end, by the way, guys. How's it got no power? Oh, it's because it's on the highway. Appear to have an advert come in, so I apologise. But Twitch got a Twitch. Let's just cut this across here. Yeah, night night, Gray. Thank you for being here, my love. Enjoy your sleeps. Hope you get lots of lovely sleeps. Get all warm and snuggly. Any crevice merch? Anybody? Okay, it's in the song. I was confused. So they're all turning there, which is kind of a bit ridiculous. So what we will need to do when we look at this is get them going in like here maybe, and then coming back out over here maybe. If we bring that road all the way up to there. Check to see if they come out here, or if they're all coming out on the back. Interesting. If anybody's interested, and if anybody's still here, you can find out how British you are by doing exclamation mark British. I'm 92% British. I have a strong opinion on milk first versus tea first. I kind of do. Putting milk first would be insanity. So we did have traffic jams all the way here, all this way and everything. But now it's all going smoothly. And we used to have the thing over here, it was causing traffic jams all this way, and that's all going smoothly. So I think the job now is just tweaking this so that it looks better. I think, did I delete the other one over here? No, it's still here. It's going to be a massive version of this, I feel, which is what used to go into our old cargo terminal that's since deleted out. Lee, you're 91% British. You've been sarcastic for so long it's now genetic. Well, I'm sorry, Lee. The test has shown that you are British. Or at least 91%. I'm sorry. Harlow's 45% British. You believe jam goes on before cream and you die for it? Well, yes. It is a legally binding, that's what I was looking for. It's a legally binding DNA test. That, just so you know. You will be required to stand up for the national anthem of Britain. And other stuff. Oh, Lee. Why so angry, Lee? Why so angry? What we need is a big long entrance and then a quick exit. I don't love my anthem, Lee. I don't. It was confusing when Gray requested it as a song request the other day. It was a very strange vibe. So we could theoretically make people. It's good 3 people just drive all the same way out. Australia's is pretty shit. Yeah, ours is pretty shit. There's some which kind of like they're rousing and whatnot, but when it's like, yeah, it's literally, please God look after this one person. It's just a strange sentiment. Like, it's not even serving the country, for instance. It's not like bigging up our country. It's just bigging up the one person. It's a strange vibe. The violence of the French nationalism. Yeah, the French know how to be French, in the fact that they fought for their Frenchiness. It's a very long time since we did any fighting for our identity. Like 1066 or something. But yes, your British test is just it's all a lovely, jovial little jokey thing. I don't want anybody to be offended and made to think that they have to. Last time you fought for your freedom from the king was that king, it was Charles. Yeah, and then they invited his son.
And maybe
back.
I shouldn't say this because I know it's a terrible cliche, but it's true. I find it easier using my hands, but you may use whatever implements you prefer.
You reclaim your daily sausage roll. Hello. Please enjoy with one or both hands or whatever implement you may prefer. And hey up, hey hello. Your eat sound like finding extra Yorkshire pud on your plate. That's true. I say that all the time about you, Hannah. I do. I say that all the time. Like a little extra Yorkshire pud. I'm staring at this, trying to figure out where I want to start. You should take it. It's the highest compliment you could be given. An extra Yorkshire pud, lovely gravy. Delish. You've never really understood Yorkshire pud. What's to understand other than the fact that they're delicious? I trust you to be contrary about a Yorkshire pudding, Lee. Jeez. Obviously, it's kind of part and parcel with a roast dinner, so kind of just oily cooked batter. They don't have to be oily though, and they don't really have a taste. You must have had some bad Yorkshire puddings. I know they're cooked in oil, but they don't need to be like. They don't need to be like drowned in it. Come up one of my Yorkshire puds, you'll be fine. Some nice veggies in it. Delish. Nice cold winter's day in England. You'll be gagging for it. Be lush. And if you don't want one, then it's just more for me, so it's fine. Get Aunt Bessie's on the go. I think every truck driver will hate me for this. It's not like you need to take a controversial opinion on food, controversial stance on food though. That would never happen. Except in every single stream. Trash that one, 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 that one. We elevate that, then we can come in here and drop it down to like there-ish. And we slopey-dopey. And then we should be able to come back here actually. Just flatten a bit more of that out. Because we just need to get this going from one side of the road to the other. I'm using the wrong tool, that's why. Can't believe nobody told me. Oh, everybody's favourite Iggy Azalea. That's a nicer way of doing that. Kind of thinking if we did it to there, just put in a little roddy bit. Straight, please, would be nice. We can put in a little roundabout. Or a large roundabout. And do that. Flip that one round. And just kind of like manage that. And then all these people get really annoyed at me. Oh, you annoying people. You annoying little beeps. Stop being disgusting. Drive down the thing. I hate you all. That is not a route. Well, because they're being hateful, I'm now going to have to move this so that it's further away. And really, we can kind of connect these two roads up. Come to here. Do that. Go, but do not drive into here. So when they were driving into there before, driving all the way up there. Maybe this is better anyway. Because we can do this. We can do this. And we can then get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this being elevated. Upgrade it to be this. And then cut that there. So ultimately, that's kind of worked out for us. Lovely. Ooh, wiggle. I don't want to do me Welsh just yet. And what we should do is, rather than making them go around, grab these two nodes and just shuffle them that way like that. So they can just come around that corner and drive straight in. Take out all the trees from here. And this back off. tempted to put like a car park or something in here, just to fill up the space a bit. What I'm concerned there about is if people try and use this as a cut through. But that's cleared all that. I think this is definitely an upgrade on what we had before. How much stuff is in here? Not a lot. That has to connect to it, that's horrible. Why would you make me do that? You. Bugger. Oh, little mix. Love them. So cute. Okay, it's functioning how I want it to there. So now it's just a case of tidying up some of this stuff. Oop, that's weird. Let's have a quick save. Back when we were looking at a boat. Is there a node in here? There we go. Little fiddle. Upgrade that again. Should let us have more turning distance. Like that. Get rid of those traffic lights that have appeared in there. Lady Gaga. An airplane, there is. Have we got any other issues? Let's ignore all these things because they just stay there constantly. Garbage issue. We're going to continue building this out. I think we decided the find it placing individual buildings kind of worked a bit better. What's going on up here? Just a collision. Let's look at our workforce and stuff. 504. 2.1 homeless or unemployment rate. 2%. Which means we need a few more people. I'm going to nip to the loo quickly, but I will be right back. I'm just going to put you guys on there to watch those people come into there. I'm back. Do. Is there any detailing I want to do on this at the minute? We do have the tools to do it, I believe. We come in here. And we find that. Fences. Which fence did we use? Sure there's a fence mode, yeah. Yeah, this one is what I like. Because it matches that. And fences immediately make it look better. And then it's just a case of plopping a few little industrial-y shipping-y bits around. Few stuffs that look like it could be shipments and whatnot. Should extend the area out a tad. Shipping containers, perfect. And you got these giant piles. Sneak them in a few little places. Maybe put some of these tanks in. Come in here, find some trailers and stuff. I think the last little bits we need I think they might be in here. Props. I don't know if they're in residential or in somewhere else. It's the car park stuff. Parking. Yeah, these parking booth thingy bobbers. And then a big security thing on the entrance. And then have we got a... There we go. Like checkpointy type thing. Have we got then some kind of billboard? Yeah, it's not what I want. I'm trying to think if we've got any kind of gantry. No. Yeah, not really. They're cute. You got like a shipping one. It's very loud. Let's zoom up here. Not really. Strange. Anyway. That seems to be working anyway. Which is good. Just gonna ignore all that. Shall we work on another little section of this? By just popping in 2 deep ones. And then once these go in, we will plop in our own 2 deep ones to fill in the gaps where the game hasn't put them. Let's get some more people moving in. I'm surprised that this game is still running well, which is good. Normally my computer would have given up by now. Houses next to the pub. Don't really need to do that outside of the road, but there we go. What side do we think? I reckon it's there. That's what's moving. Okay, so that is the basics. But there's obviously a load of gaps in there. So we come in here and we search for residential buildings. We come into our little filter thing. We say just level 1s. We say 2B2s. Interesting. And we want these ones. And then it is a case of plopping them in. Where we can. Preferably filling up these cul-de-sac bulbs. With extra little houses. Yeah. Need to put some on this bulb over here. Go. Sneak one in here. Let's close that so we can have a little look to see what spaces we might have left. Not really any. I think we've managed to get everything there. Turn that off. That's what's going on. Bit of a long breakdown because it's the film. They're busy fighting. There's another section done. Certainly a better way of doing it. Should we do this bit here? And then we can work our way that way. That probably. What's going on here? Oop. People cutting across. So it tells me ooh, that's tricky. Nobody's going straight on anyway. One person is. I'm such a nerd. Welcome back. If you had any ads, hope they were good ones. More houses. Actually, can undock this. So just plopping more houses in here now. Filling up these gaps and stuff. Making little cul-de-sac areas. You squeeze one in there then. Like that. About here. All along here. Where are we up to then? Let's close that. All looks filled in. So we need to just blend our trees in with this. We've not got any perfect. So just paint them in. And then blend it in with that. Good thing we haven't forest fires turned off. Otherwise it would be killing my computer and it would be burning all these houses down. As we have experienced before. But just a mixture of spruce and alder, is it? Yep, and birch trees. Go, so that's another section done. Could probably get all this done today. I need to return to this at some point. My random fins on the arms at the end of the city. I like having this kind of like suburban area all the way around on the edge of the city, and I'd like to put it all the way around, to be fair. Up here, or on this bit, and then just have this as the city bit in the middle. Doesn't really need to be any more busy than that, I think. Speaking of busy. We do all this whole section in one go. The choir. No, thank you. Don't need the building that big. just plop in all these houses in. Can I find that song? Yeah. Not quite what I meant, but there we go. There we go. And then it's just a case of filling it in with all the other houses and then trees. But this is what I do. I stick on some music and I do a really boring job. Which is possibly not the most fun thing to see on stream, but it's fun to get stuff done but zone out. squeeze one in here. Just. Anybody speak French? Because I can't. I can say bonjour. I can say un petit pain. I can say j'ai 12 ans. I'm 12 years old. Just the last time I learned any French. And back to our scheduled programming. Pop some stuff on the up here. Avec das. And we sneak somebody in here. Is good. Sneak somebody in here. Lovely. Couple more. Stick a few in here as well. Lovely. Just gotta go find all the gaps. It's a little bit tricky when you've got the zoning on. Already on fire. Burning down. Burning down the house. That was their fire coverage. It's probably rubbish. No, it's quite good. Where's the nearest fire station? There. So they've got to come across there. It could probably be better, but going that way, are you? Ooh. Crossing might be a bit tricky. Probably very quickly upgrade that to be like that. Stick some asymmetrics on. Oh no, the fire engine's stuck. These people should be moving out of the way. No, traffic light probably doesn't need to be there. It'd be there in real life, but here we probably don't need it. Oh, that's noisy. Is that a farm? Is the house burnt down yet? Yes. Probably answers the question of, is there enough fire coverage? The answer being no. No, there isn't. Use a slightly bigger brush on these bits, probably. I don't want to put too much into this mini park area in the middle. I want to keep it kind of as it is. really getting any alders in here. Fill some more gaps with the smaller birch trees. There we go, a bit more dense. Densify. Lovely. Now, what I was thinking the other day was we have a harbour over here, ferry pier, and we have these kind of little areas, and we could potentially build a couple more ferries on these so that there's like a little ferry way around here, and potentially if you were like living here you can get to work there really easy without us having to do anything huge. And they're definitely better than building these massive harbours for people just to have like a ferry ride over there. So we could for instance, let's look at our terrain. I think there's a bit of a bump here, yeah. If we flatten it down to that, at the very least. Like that. And then we could put in a road. Nice pedestrian road might be good. We could potentially do this as like a little pedestrian area, shopping area or something. Confused as to why that's not snapping right. Thank you. Like that. It is very high. We'll have to see what the boats look like when they come across anyway. But we could potentially trash this person's house and say sorry to them. And if we did the same here, like that. Probably needs to come further out though. So let us just level up to here. And do that. And then we can put our road back in. And then the ferry, again pretty high. But we've kind of got these little areas linked up now. And we just need to put our boat line in. Or that one. kind of future-proofing it a little bit. But then let's pause it a second before we end up with something we don't want. And we can come back into here. Not that one, that one. What's this going to be called? It's going to be called the Hillside Crest Ferry. Hillside Crest Ferry. Ferry. And we can come in here and we're just going to put on the little closed one. Let's make it free as everything is. And we should eventually end up with our little ferry come out of up here. Ooh, traffic issues. I always get a little bit excited when I see traffic issues. There we go, there's our little ferry. Little hovercraft type thing. Hmm. People struggling. Struggling to get across there, in fact. There's a lot of people coming back. That's completely empty. And then we got issue up here. This is just another case of needing more lanes up here. I wonder if we could replace all that up that way, like that. Got a bus wanting to turn here. kind of like we need traffic to get through there faster, potentially. It would obviously make sense for this to be a dual carriageway all the way along there. Don't need to open that. Kind of annoying that nobody's coming down there to get out. Go that way. Quick, hacky solution. Ish. Would be to do that and put in a bridge. I want to do it parallel to that other one, kind of thing. Like that. Scary aeroplane. So this is now too crazy. I mean, we might be able to just trash it all. Exactly what we built last street. Do that, we put another big massive roundabout back in again. We grab our 2 lanes. We pop those in. Upgrade. Gives us all our extra lanes. So we've gone back to what we had before we messed with it. Because we had changed it so that route was the easiest thing. Actually, now it's that is the most important thing versus this coming out, which is quite amusing. And we put our little cut lane in. Like that. Oh, very noisy. I just need for all these guys to get out, please. It's kind of annoying that they end up with not enough lanes. Because they're all now merging. Really, this kind of almost needs to come out. Because it's just hampering issues. That way all 3 lanes can come out. And there shouldn't be any merging issues. That, getting these people off around that roundabout really fast is definitely helping all this traffic up here. Do this, I should be able to come in here like that and switch this to be like that. A bit more lame mathematic-y. Smooth some of this nonsense out. it's completely clear now. It is 9 o'clock at night, but that's fine. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Why I deleted you? Or did I leave you there for a potential... No, we're not putting a harbour there. We shan't be putting a harbour there. But here is our little... Squeeze me. Got our little ferry go around our Hillcresty route. Not many people using it, but that's fine. But I'm going to nip the loot and then we are going to raid out.